Dear friends and subscribers, welcome to the cricket happening show. But unfortunately, as you know, this is a very late cricket happening show. I do apologize that as you know, it has been pretty late, and normally I do it, as you all know, dear friends and subscribers, that it is a late cricket show. But unfortunately, due to my office commitments, it's pretty late in the day. But nevertheless, so I wouldn't be, as you know, on Saturday I ideally don't give any cricket report. So basically what we are going to do is we are going to look at two matches. One is the South Africa versus Australia. The test match now is really something which is very interestingly poised as far as South Africa is concerned, because they are 369 runs on, 2 days to go, and it is looking now South Africa is leading by 369, and Hashim Amla has got into some great form today with some magnificent strokes, and South Africa, as I said, are definitely having a sort of a grip on this particular match. But the only problem happens to be in 2 days. Even though 2 days are there, now South Africa have to really ponder as to when to declare, because there is also a forecast for rain. So definitely it's going to be a very tough decision. But one thing is that the match is absolutely poised right now. Well, I'll be just having a peek at that. And then the third one-day international, which was a mere formality between Bangladesh and Sri Lanka, where Sri Lanka once again made a clean sweep of the one-day series by taking it 3-0 in the same way that they did the T20. They took it 3-0. I'll be talking about that, and some news coming in from Bangladesh that on the eve of the Asia Cup, Bangladesh have suffered a real blow here. Even though Tamim Iqbal is not in form, I think he's a wonderful player, and losing Tamim Iqbal for the Asia Cup, and that to such an experienced bloke like Tamim Iqbal, is definitely going to be something that Bangladesh didn't want. But unfortunately that's the case, because Bangladesh have actually declared the team today for the Asia Cup, and they have gone in for Ziaur Rahman, who is a hard hitter of the ball. He's also a very useful medium pace bowler, so he has been included. And also there is an inclusion of I think Mahmudullah has been left out. I don't know whether that was the right way, but they decided to leave out Mahmudullah, and they brought in Imrul Kais, who came in for the test matches. He has been brought in, and Imrul Kais also, I know that he's a very attacking player too. So but let's first take a look at the match between South Africa and Australia. As I said, Australia today they resumed at their overnight score, and as far as today's play was concerned, well, it was Nathan Lyon and it was Stephen Smith at the crease. In fact, David Warner was the crease, as you know, and well, David Warner went on to make 70 runs with 10 fours. He was the highest scorer, and Stephen Smith also contributed in good measure, but really couldn't play a big innings, which was pretty needed. And Stephen Smith contributed a very well-made 49 with 8 fours. But after that, Brad Haddin, well, he continued his poor form in this particular series, especially after having a dream run as far as the Ashes series was concerned against England. Brad Haddin has been really struggling. He was gone for 9. Mitchell Johnson, he contributed 27 with 3 fours and 1 6. Ryan Harris was something that Australia will be very happy about, because what it did is it actually at least helped Australia save the follow on with Ryan Harris slamming the ball. Not slamming really, but he really made a very quick 26 of as many balls with 4 fours and 1 6. Peter Siddle was not out on 11, and Australia, in reply to a South African score of 423 all out, this time were bowled out for 246. That was a wonderful effort, especially considering the fact that they had a reverse in the first test match they suffered, and the slow pitch really helped South Africa, I thought. And Australia were all out for 246, thus conceding a lead of 177 runs. But the good thing for Australia was that they managed to avoid the follow-on thanks to Ryan Harris hitting some boundaries. Well, the 177 run lead was taken by South Africa. As far as the bowling for South Africa, so Dale Steyn, well, he got only the solitary wicket, but he got a very big wicket in the form of Brad Haddin when he actually knocked off his middle stump with a beautiful ball that shaped in 13 overs, 3 maidens, 1 for 55. Vernon Philander made excellent use of the conditions that were prevailing. 13 overs, no maiden, 368. Sorry. Moni Morkel, well, I would say he was the luckless bowler. Probably one would have seen the bowling figures of Moni Morkel being 17 overs, no maiden, 63 runs, and probably 5 or 6 wickets. But Moni Morkel, unfortunately, was the luckless bowler. There was a lot of drop catches of his bowling, and I thought he was really luckless. But he bowled superbly. I thought he was using the bounce very well, but unfortunately he ended up with 363. Wayne Parnell, that's a big blow of the other day, as you know, in the Australian innings. After making the comeback, he picked up 2 wickets in one particular over. But what a shame here that Wayne Parnell had to go out, and in fact wouldn't be able to take any further participation in the match. And I think that is another thing for South Africa. It is going to be something that they really have to ponder upon, because Wayne Parnell, making his comeback into Test cricket, had to go out of this Test because of the injury, and now he won't take any further part in the game. So Wayne Parnell, 8.3 overs, 2 maidens, 231, which was sad for South Africa. Dean Elgar bowled 3 balls because, as I said, Wayne Parnell went out. So Dean Elgar had to complete the over, bowled 3 balls for 1 run. JP Duminy bowled 5 overs, but he also and what JP Duminy did is he picked up the wicket of Mitchell Johnson, who was gone for 27. Then night watchman Nathan Lyon contributing 15 with 2 boundaries. So Duminy bowled 1 for 24. So after the Australian innings ended, being 246 all out, South Africans came into bat, and for South Africa, well, they ended up with 192 for 4 after playing 47 overs on the 3rd day here in the 2nd Test match, and it was pretty interesting stuff. As you know, Mitchell Johnson and Graham Smith, it has been a good battle going on, even though Peter Siddle took his wicket in the first. It was when play started, there was really some psychological the psychological battle already started with Mitchell Johnson commencing his run-up, and Graham Smith getting away from the crease, saying that he was not ready. And Michael Clarke, the Australian captain, had to come and actually talk to Graham Smith. And so, right from the first ball, I would say the battle had started between South Africa. Before the ball was bowled, the battle had started. And it all started with Graham Smith, but the very next delivery, the very first ball that he received from Johnson, after doing that, he immediately hit a very good boundary. He hit a beautiful ball he just flicked the ball away through his legs for a boundary, and then he and Dean Elgar were the openers who were actually playing, and the score went on to 20. But as the score went on to 20, the first wicket to go was Graham Smith, as Johnson actually got a ball which actually Graham Smith was clean bowled by Johnson for 14 with 2 boundaries. So that was the first wicket to go with the score on 20 for 1. After that, Dean Elgar and Hashim Amla were at the crease. Dean Elgar, well, he contributed only 16 runs before being caught behind with the bowling of Peter Siddle for 16 with 2 fours. So that made the score 42 for 2, and then Hashim Amla and du Plessis joined in a very entertaining partnership where they really I would say they really went after the Australian bowlers in some wonderful fashion. In fact, they added 70 runs, but it was done in great style with Hashim Amla definitely showing his area of strokes the way he normally plays. He was looking absolutely in form. For the first time in the series, Hashim Amla has hit some great form, which was good to see, and also that would be a big plus for South Africa. After that, A.B. de Villiers and Hashim Amla set to repair the damage when they were 42 for 2. They pushed on the score to 112. As I said, even A.B. de Villiers, with the confidence of his century in the first innings, he also attacked the Australian bowlers. A.B. de Villiers contributed 29 with 5 boundaries, but Hashim Amla definitely took the cake in playing a very charming innings of 93, which was studded with 12 boundaries, and that was what everyone wanted, because Hashim Amla is such a good player, and unfortunately he has not hit form in this particular in the Test series, and it was really glad to see that Hashim Amla contributed an unbeaten 93 towards close of play with 12 boundaries. Quinton de Kock was the person who was along with Amla when stumps were drawn for the day, with the South African score on 192 for 4 after playing 47 overs. Quinton de Kock was not out on 9 with 1 boundary. Hashim Amla was definitely looking forward to his century, but as I said, Hashim Amla, it would be very interesting to see what is South Africa's approach tomorrow. As I said, only 2 days left, and South Africa are sitting pretty at 192 for 4, but they are 369 runs ahead currently with only 2 days to go. As I said, there is a forecast of rain, and Graham Smith has to definitely make a very quick choice as to what is going to be the approach tomorrow. Whether Hashim Amla will go for his strokes tomorrow. Probably the game plan might be that Hashim Amla will first reach his century, and after that Hashim Amla will be given a license to actually attack the South African bowling. It would be good to see how Quinton de Kock shapes up. As you know, he was dismissed very cheaply in the first innings, but here he has got a 9 to his name right now with 1 boundary. But Quinton de Kock is also a very attacking player, so probably Quinton de Kock also might be given some instructions to really attack the Australian bowling, and that is going to be an interesting session which is going to be coming up tomorrow, especially for me, the morning session which is going to be coming up on the 4th day of the second test match is going to be something that one has to watch, because I'm sure there's going to be some good stroke making coming up, because we already saw that today AB de Villiers and Hashim Amla definitely did that. Du Plessis contributed 24 with 4 boundaries. 190 or so. Let's look at the bowling figures for Johnson. Johnson had 2 for 48 today. He picked up 2 wickets. Ryan Harris 10 overs 1 maiden, none for 53. Nathan Lyon 12 overs 2 maidens, none for 31. And Peter Siddle 13 overs 2 maidens, 2 for 53. So as I said, South Africa closing the day at as I said 192 for 4, so 369 runs. So I'm sure the morning session is going to be pretty interesting to see what is going to be the South Africa's approach, especially what the South African captain Graham Smith is having in store for the South Africans tomorrow with his decision making. Well, so definitely probably there's going to be a result in this match, but as I said, it all would be hinging on tomorrow as to when South Africa is going to declare, and then I probably hope the weather gods really are kind enough so that play is possible for the entire 2 days. Well, so let's leave from here and let's go to Bangladesh now. Bangladesh, as you know, were playing the last one-day international, and as far as the last one-day international was concerned, it was a mere formality because Sri Lanka had already wrapped up the one-day series. It was only a matter of seeing what Bangladesh could come up with. In fact, Bangladesh were the ones who actually batted first, and they put up a score of 240 for 8 of their 50 overs. And as far as Bangladesh were concerned, well, they definitely had contributions coming in, and they lost Anamul Haq pretty early in the piece for 2, with Damika Prasad today coming in and picking up some wickets. He picked up 3 wickets today, so he was included in the squad. Shamsur Rahman contributing 25 of 44 balls with 2 fours. Mominul Haq was entertaining. It was entertaining stuff. In fact, he was the one who was the highest scorer, contributing 60 of as many balls with 8 fours. Mushfiqur Rahim contributing 30 of 37 balls with 3 fours. You know, Shakib Al Hassan was a missing factor because, as you know, he has been banned for 3 one-day internationals because of some gestures that he did. So unfortunately for Bangladesh, that was not something. But Shakib Al Hassan has not been. But you know, he's a wonderful player. He's such an experienced player that he contributes in all the 3 departments of the game, and I thought Bangladesh definitely missed him. Naeem Islam was included. Well, he definitely contributed 38 runs of 32 runs of 55 balls with 1 4. Nasir Hussain, for a change, contributed 38 of 43 balls with 4 fours. And then Mahmudullah was out for 5, and as you know, Mahmudullah has been dropped from the Asia Cup too. Now Sohag Ghazi, well, towards the end he clubbed the 3 sixes in a very quick silver knock of 23 runs of 13 balls. As I said, only 3 sixes. Shafiul Islam, who made a comeback to the Bangladeshi team after an injury, was not out on 15 of 18 balls with 2 fours. Arafat Sani not out on 1, and Bangladesh totaled 240 for 8 of their 50 overs. Bowling figures, Lakmal was a picture of economy and consistency, hitting the right line and length. Ranga Lakmal 10 overs 3 maidens 2 for 24. Pereira bowled 9 overs no maiden 1 for 39, but Damika Prasad was the one who was included today, and he definitely made it count by bowling 10 overs no maiden, 3 for 49. He knocked off the top of the Bangladeshi setup. As far as Sena Naik was concerned, 9 overs 1 for 46. Priyanjan 6 overs no maiden, 1 for 42. Ashan Priyanjan, Radamofi, Pereras 3 overs no maiden, none for 17. Angelo Matthews 3 overs no maiden, none for 21. Now for Sri Lanka, 240 was a score, but it was not so challenging due to the fact that Sri Lanka had already won the one-day series. They had nothing to lose. It was only a matter of taking it up. And today, the hero for Sri Lanka was Kushal Pereras, the dashing player who has come into cricket. But I thought the Sri Lankan selectors have been very patient with him, even though he has been failing. They have been giving him opportunity, and finally Kushal Pereras. And I think just as looking at the Asia Cup coming up, we saw Kushal Pereras. As he's a real dasher basher who is absolutely in the mold of the former, the chairman of selectors now for Sri Lanka, Sanjay Surya. But he really played some very good strokes, and he got his maiden Test century, and it augurs very well for him as far as form is concerned. In the right time he has hit the form, so it augurs well for him for the Asia Cup now, and then for the T20 World Cup too. So Kushal Pereras getting his maiden Test century. Congratulations to him. He made 106, and what was good about this knock was that normally Kushal Pereras' strike rate is pretty high, but today it was a very mature knock from him. Yes, he definitely hit the loose balls for sixes. In fact, he hit 5 sixes and 6 fours in a knock of 106 of 124 balls. Normally when you see Kushal Pereras' knock, he actually has he faces lesser number of balls and has more runs, but today it was the reverse case. He played in a it was a very mature knock from him, 106, and I think it will go a long way to really cement Kushal Pereras' position as far as the Sri Lankan team is concerned. So he was gone for 106. Tilmane was out for 18 to bowling of Mahmudullah of 31 balls with 2 fours. Vitanage was out cheaply for 9, bowled by Mahmudullah of 15 balls with 1 4. But Dinesh Chandimal, who has not been in some good form, finally hit some good form. He's also, as you know, he's also the T20 captain for Sri Lanka, and just getting into the Asia Cup. I thought Dinesh Chandimal also hit some good form by really rotating the strike very well with Kushal Pereras and getting 64 runs for himself of 70 balls with 4 fours, which paved the way for a Sri Lankan victory with that partnership, because they were 60 for 2, and then it was a 138 run partnership between Kushal Pereras and Dinesh Chandimal, which took them to 198, and so that was the one which actually paved the way for Sri Lanka winning this particular match and also the series 3-0, and also they won the match by a margin of 5 wickets, with Angelo Matthews slamming 20 runs of 26 balls with 1 4. Ashan Priyanjan showing some very good stroke making here, playing some exquisite strokes, not out on 22, 19 balls with 4 fours, and Sri Lanka winning this one-day international and taking the series 3-0. 246 for 4 was what Sri Lanka made in reply to Bangladesh 240 for 8. The bowling figure, Shafiul Islam, was very costly. He was looking a bit in the sense he was looking a bit rusty, especially considering that he was making a comeback into the Bangladeshi team after an injury. 4 overs none for 27. Sohail Ghazi bowled 9 overs 1 minute and 47. I thought he bowled well. Ruben Hussain was costly. He continues to be costly. If you look at his bowling figures, Ruben Hussain has been leaking runs plenty. 10 overs no maiden 269. Mahmudullah bowled 10 overs no maiden 2 for 38. And looking at the way Mahmudullah bowled, one was a really bit surprised when the Bangladeshi team was named for the Asia Cup, when Mahmudullah normally is a good contributor to the bat and also bowls well, and I was a bit surprised that Mahmudullah has been dropped for the Asia Cup. 10 overs no maiden 238. He returned some good figures according to me. Nasir Hussain 4 overs 1 minute none for foul. Arafat Sunny has been, as you know, he has been for me, Arafat Sunny has been very impressive, even though he bowled 10 overs no maiden none for 42. It was his returns. Naeem Islam bowling 3 overs for 7 runs. Sri Lanka winning the 3-match series 3-0. A player of the match went to Kushal Pereras for his maiden one-day international century, and Sachitra Sena Naike was declared player of the series. Well, so that really concludes as far as the matches are concerned. Now, as I said, the news was that the Asia Cup team was announced as far as Bangladesh is concerned, and as you know, the Asia Cup is going to be held in Bangladesh, as we all know, and Bangladesh announced their team, and the surprises as that Tamim Iqbal is going to be a big blow for them, considering that the Asia Cup is absolutely in front of them, in the sense that he's probably going to start in 2 or 3 days time. So he's out, and that is a big blow according to me. Even though he's not in form, I thought his experience would have come pretty handy for Bangladesh. And the selectors have gone for Ziaur Rahman. As I said, he's a medium pace and a hard hitter of the ball. He could be used as a pinch hitter by Bangladesh. And Imrul Kais, who actually got into the test matches, has made it to the one-day international squad, and Imrul Kais definitely has good attacking capabilities. Mahmudullah, according to me, was probably because of poor form he was left out, but well, whether one does not know what was the game plan there. But well, we are all looking out now. Now, one thing that I would like to say here, there is no, yes, Shakib Al Hasan is there. He was only banned for 3 one-day matches, so Shakib Al Hasan is definitely there in the team. So this is the Bangladeshi squad that has been named for the Asia Cup. Mushfiqur Rahim the captain, Anamul Haq, Imrul Kais, Shamsul Rahman, Naeem Islam, Mominul Haq, Nasir Hussain, Arafat Sani, for his splendid performances against Sri Lanka. I thought he definitely deserved a place in the Asia Cup squad. Ziaur Rahman, Abdul Razak, Sohail Ghazi, Mashraf bin Murtaza, Rubel Hussain, Alamin Hussain, and Shakib Al Hasan. So, well, dear fans and subscribers, I know this was a great late cricket happening show here on a Saturday night, but thank you for your patience, and thank you for waiting for this cricket happening show to happen. Your host Ram will be seeing you tomorrow with a match report on the 4th day's play between South Africa and Australia, which would be playing Port Elizabeth. And also, as I said, that is going to be something which one is waiting for, especially considering the fact that the match is absolutely well poised. And what is going to be very important is what is the approach the South African captain Graham Smith is going to take tomorrow as far as South African batting is concerned, especially considering the fact only 2 days left, and also there is also a threat of rain. Well, dear fans and subscribers, this concludes my cricket happening show on this night on a Saturday. I'll be seeing you all tomorrow, that is on a Sunday. Until then, it's good night from your host Ram Studios. Thank you.